Israel's parliament has passed the first of several laws that make up the government's controversial judicial overhaul. That's despite nationwide protests against the changes to the judicial system. The plan would limit the power of the Supreme Court. Critics say it threatens democracy. Hundreds of demonstrators have been blocking roads in protest. Let's bring in our correspondent Imran Khan. He's joining us live from West Jerusalem. So tell us about this law, Imran, that critics say is tailor-made to protect Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Well, a lot of people here are calling it Netanyahu's law. Basically, the law allows, or disallows rather now, the Attorney General from declaring the Prime Minister unfit for office. Why does this apply to Benjamin Netanyahu? Well, he has at least 3 court cases going through. They're winding through the system at the moment. So regardless of whatever the result of those court cases, he will continue to serve in office. And that, say the protesters, is undemocratic. It was one of the key things that the coalition government wanted to push forward. That's why this has been passed before other parts of the judicial reform bill. It's a series of reforms that's going to limit the Supreme Court's power. Now, because this bill is passed, we're likely to see more people out on the street on Saturday. There is also a protest across Israel, 95 different locations across Israel that's going on today. But the big protests, they're on Saturday, and it's likely to get more and more people out on the street. But the government is passing these laws. It's holding firm, and it's holding firm because it does have a very slim majority in Parliament. And that majority, that coalition, is holding firm because this is what the coalition wants. It wants to restrict the Supreme Court. And it seems to be working. So some form of this judicial reform bill will likely pass. Will it pass before Passover, before Easter, mid-April? We don't know. That's a key moment in time. So let's see what happens in the coming days. But absolutely, this is going to galvanise the protest movement. It'll get more and more people out on the streets.
And staying in the region, but looking at a different story, Imran, it is the first day of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, and Israel has imposed restrictions, or set rules rather, on worshippers entering the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem.
That's absolutely right. It's something that Israel does every single Ramadan. It announces who can go and pray within the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in the Old City. What they're saying is if you're over the age of 55, yes, that's fine, you can go. Between 55 and 45, if you're male, you need to apply for a permit. And if you're under 45, you're simply not allowed to go. So people won't be visiting from, say, the occupied West Bank, which they have been allowed to do in previous years. These restrictions are placed all the time, and they get tougher and tougher as kind of Ramadan goes on. It's just a fact of living under occupation. Now, the Israeli police say that they have learnt from clashes that took place when they placed restrictions in 2020. Those clashes were almost every single night in Damascus Gate, in occupied East Jerusalem, and they eventually led to the war on Gaza, the 11-day war that took place in May. So the police say, yes, we have learned. We are going to allow people to go to the mosque. We're not going to use heavy-handed security tactics. That is something that the police, the guy in charge of the police, effectively, this National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, doesn't want. He wants a hard line. So there's this disconnect now between what the police are saying publicly and what the National Security Minister wants, and that is being seen as a flashpoint.
Imran, thank you very much for that. That is Imran Khan joining us live from West Jerusalem.